Breaking news, we have Karmelo Anthony versus Metcalf family in a case of fatal stabbing murder. A student named Karmelo Anthony is being accused for stabbing and murdering to death another student at a track meet in Frisco, Texas. According to WFAA, this is him leaving the courtroom upon his release out on bond. This case brings us to Frisco, Texas, this year, 2025, April 2nd.
He's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest.
My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her.
Welcome to End of Time Crimes. This is End of Time Crimes. Watch now. End of Time Crimes. Karmelo Anthony, 17-year-old teen, was charged in the connection of the murder of Austin Metcalf, also a 17-year-old teenager. Authorities say there was a confrontation that broke out that caused Anthony to use a deadly weapon against Metcalf. Karmelo Anthony's plea is that it was self-defense. However, law enforcement has charged him with murder on record on paper.
Public reaction one way or the other has been intense, and threats and talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for obviously the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family. It's not good for the peace and safety of our community.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom when Judge Angela Tucker reduced Anthony's bond from $1 million to $250,000. Anthony's attorney argued the initial bond did not represent the intent of bond in Texas, which is to ensure the defendant shows up for court. He had Anthony's father testify about his character, telling the judge he was the captain of his football and track teams and an A student.
And prior to this, what was on his mind was what college he was going to go to. This is a tragedy all the way around for both families.
Anthony claims his actions were in self-defense. Prosecutors also revealed that Anthony was involved in an assault-type altercation at school on February 4th, but otherwise no prior criminal history. All of this comes 2 days after Metcalf was laid to rest, this case continuing to receive a lot of attention on social media. After the hearing, both sides pleaded with the public to stop the threats, harassment, and inflammatory rhetoric towards the families involved.
It's hard for everybody to be level-headed at a time like this. So that's where we come in. It's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
As part of his bond, Anthony has to meet certain conditions. He has to remain on house arrest. He has to wear an ankle monitor. He has to be with an approved adult, and he must check in with the court every Friday.
At the bond hearing, the family and the family's attorney mentioned how the bond was just way too high, and that it just wasn't fair considering the circumstances and how their child has never been in trouble. So a judge decided to lower the bond from $1 million to $250,000. His family argued and mentioned that he's a straight A student that holds 2 jobs, one being a cashier and also a team lead. He is the lead of his football squad for the high school that he attends.
Class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas.
This is Anthony mic'd up talking as he's at a track tournament. He was being scouted by football teams, y'all. He would post online on social media the teams that was looking at him. Anthony had pinned on his social media, "God has shown you the right path, just take it." This was a teenage boy that was focused, y'all. He had dreams and goals, and he still does. Unfortunately, these charges can put him behind bars for the rest of his life.
Will this person come back to court? And if released, are they a threat to the public or to themselves? And so that's what the purpose of that bond hearing is. And so when we go back to thinking of those things, I think the judge ruled fairly in this situation.
Who will be responsible for justice in this case? District Attorney Greg Willis. Thank you very much for joining me, sir.
Good to be with you, Chris.
So you have charged first-degree murder on the books in your state. That means he knew what he was doing. He had time to plan and think about what he was doing, and he did it with an intent to kill. Is that what you believe?
Well, let me just say this. that's what he has been arrested for. My office has not yet received the case. But I will say this, Chris, this case has really struck a nerve in our community. I mean, people are upset, and rightfully so. I mean, we've lost a young life, and the pain is real. At a time like this, it's hard for anyone to be level-headed about this, but that's our job, to be steady, be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it may lead.
What do you need to know under the law in your jurisdiction for self-defense to apply?
Well, as you can imagine, it's very fact-based, and of course I can't address the particular case, but that's what's so important. For Frisco is still in their investigation, and whenever they finish that up in the next few weeks, they will forward it to my office. We will vet everything very, very carefully and ultimately prepare it for a grand jury presentation. And so the grand jury will decide whether this case goes forward. I mean, I would expect it to, because most cases do go forward, but I can't comment on this particular one.
I got it. I just want people to understand the standard. What does self-defense mean under your law?
Well, it gets pretty involved, but I can just say that I'm trying to tiptoe around it so it doesn't look like I'm commenting on this particular case. But self-defense law in most states is pretty similar when you're not talking about the Castle Doctrine or something like that. So, people look at the degree of response, what the person is defending themselves against. And I think people know about that. So I'd rather not be proportionate to that situation.
Is this the trickiest case you've ever had to handle, not in terms of the facts and the law, but in terms of the optics and the overlay of the attention it's already getting? Because, let's be honest, because of the race and the race of the victim and the alleged assailant.
Well, it might be. The case is not even in our office yet, so I could certainly comment on that afterwards. I know it has really caught the attention of our community and around Texas and apparently the country. And people feel deeply about, our youth, our education, sports, and as you said, the other dynamics that are involved. And so there's a lot of different factors that make people care particularly about this case. And that's why it's so important as the prosecutor for me to be level-headed, fact-based, steady, and just follow the truth wherever it may lead.
DA, there's going to be a ton of noise. The invitation is open for you.
But he does have to wear an ankle monitor. He has to ask for permission to leave his home. He is facing a murder charge in this case. And according to the affidavit that was released from the original arrest, Anthony told police that he did stab Metcalf, but he said he did it out of self-defense. Again, this is video of him leaving that bond hearing on Monday. His father actually testified at this hearing, and we are just moments away from hearing from both of his parents for the first time, who are going to address the media and from their point of view tell their truth in this case.
I've already heard some rumors and gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing.
There's reports that, they were bullying the stabber, and that's why he stabbed him. If you get bullied, just knuckle up. Why is it always weapons involved with these little retarded children? You got a gun, you shoot it. You got a knife, you stab a motherfucker. He was just talking to you.
The story appears to have many divided on social media, particularly when it comes to the issue of race.
In this video, the active leader is just telling Anthony that he needs to be focused and head down and get straight directly to the vehicle. For some reason, the media is making this out to be a much bizarre or major video than it is.
Karmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say, Karmelo? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Karmelo, is there anything you want to say to the community that's donated?
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Karmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser, and the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
I will not ask this mother to do this again. The attorney will not. We won't do this again. Don't ask. We will see you at trial. Whatever venue that is, we will see you there. I stand 10 toes down supporting this family. And I want to thank all of the community leaders and people that I have seen that have came here today. Bishops and pastors and clergy, community leaders with respectability in this community. I see them today, and I want to thank them for their presence because this family needs strength right now. Thank you, and God bless you.
For the first time, we just heard from Kayla Hayes.
We're living in a time where no one has patience or even trust, where everyone's afraid of something or someone. Who do you think is to blame for this altercation? And do you think it was self-defense? Let me know down in the comments. Who's guilty and who's innocent? Unfortunately, words and possible action made everything go left in this situation. Like, comment, and share this video so we can continue to share and create awareness around these end-of-time crimes that are happening. Thanks for watching End of Time Crimes. May you all be blessed.